Whosoever possesses this holy lance and understands the powers it serves, holds in its hands the destiny of the world for good or evil. So says the legend of the Holy Lance, one of the most revered and sought-after holy relics in Christianity. The Holy Lance, also known as the Holy Spear, the Spear of Destiny, or the Lance of Longinus, according to the Gospel of John, is the lance that pierced the side of Jesus as he hung on the cross. The lance is mentioned in the Gospel of John, 19:31-37. The Gospel states that the Romans planned to break Jesus' legs, a practice known as crucifagium, which was a method of hastening death during a crucifixion. Just before they did so, they realized that Jesus was already dead, and that there was no reason to break his legs. To make sure that he was dead, a Roman soldier, named in extra-biblical tradition as Longinus, stabbed him in the side. The first historical reference to the lance was made by the pilgrim Antonius of Piacenza, AD 570, in his descriptions of the holy places of Jerusalem, writing that he saw in the Basilica of Mount Zion the crown of thorns with which our Lord was crowned, and the lance with which he was struck in the side. A mention of the lance occurs in the so-called Breviarius, at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The presence in Jerusalem of the relic is attested by Cassiodorus, 485-585, as well as by Gregory of Taurus, 538-594, who had not actually been to Jerusalem. In 615, Jerusalem and its relics were captured by the Persian forces of King Khosrow II. According to the Chronicon Paschal, the point of the lance, which had been broken off, was given in the same year to Nistas, who took it to Constantinople and deposited it in the Church of Hagia Sophia, and later to the Church of the Virgin of the Pharaohs. This point of the lance, which was now set in an icon, was acquired by the Latin Emperor Baldwin II of Constantinople, who later sold it to Louis IX of France. The point of the lance was then enshrined with the crown of thorns in the Sainte-Chapelle in Paris. The spear brought unlimited wealth and good luck to the kings who followed, until Louis XVI. During the French Revolution, these relics were removed to the Bibliothèque Nationale, but the point subsequently disappeared. It's important to note that Cicada 3301 has left a poster facing the Hagia Sophia in Istanbul at the famous Tut obelisk, also called the Column of Constantine, another magnificent relic of the ancient world. The column was dedicated on May the 11th, 330 AD. This obelisk has seen gale-force winds, fire, and earthquakes, and is still standing. Now back to the Holy Spear. The man who was entrusted with the spear was supposed to take it to Nuremberg, but according to sources, he eventually sold it to the Habsburgs, rulers of Austria and Bohemia, at the time of the most powerful royals in the Holy Roman Empire. The man who took the Holy Spear out of France and to Vienna was Johann Alois Joseph of Hill, otherwise known as Baron van Hugel, a mysterious man with powerful connections to the Austrian ruling family. The spear eventually ended up in Hitler's hands. Or did it? The spear Hitler obsessed over was the same spear scientifically tested in 2003 by Dr. Robert Feather, an archaeologist and member of the Orion Center for the Study of the Dead Sea Scrolls and associated literature. Metal tests proved conclusively that the spear Hitler stole out of Vienna was actually from the 7th century AD. So what happened to the real Spear of Destiny? In an astounding turn of events, Cicada 3301, the most mysterious group of cryptographers on the internet, have not only cleared up the mystery, they have located the Holy Lance. So let's dive into this latest mystery. Cicada 3301 has re-emerged, as covered in our last video. On March 25th, they also offered cryptic clues to the Holy Lance. A Cicada 3301 member called Z sent out a stunning series of puzzles, clues, and an open-source encryption plan to members of a social media gaming platform called Discord. The sheer complexity of Z's communications proved him to be adept at history, mathematics, alchemy, religion, and science. Z claimed the Knights Templar hit the true spear after it vanished from Paris around 1796. The Holy Spear was hidden in the Blutgasse, or Blood Alley, the oldest street in Vienna, where in 1312, the Knight Templars were murdered in cold blood on order from Pope Clement. Furthermore, Z claims Cicada 3301 placed the spear in an abandoned village called Biermont in Verdun, France, on June 1, 2016. A Spaniard was said to have found it, and he provided photo proof, But when the Spaniard disappeared immediately after posting the pictures, so did interest in the story. On March 25, 2017, the Catholic feast of the Annunciation, the day Mother Mary was told by an angel that she would soon give birth to Jesus. Cicada 3301 suddenly and without advance notice revealed that the Spear of Destiny had been in Templar possession, hidden for centuries. Z then released a video, which showed the Spaniard, with the Holy Spear in his hands, ready to complete the mission, and placed the spear in an obscure cave in the mysterious Mojave Desert in California. Z explained that von Hugel, the bearer of the Holy Lance, secretly gave the true spear to the Vienna Knights Templars, and sold a fake spear to the royal family. The spear was hidden for over 200 years until it was taken by Cicada 3301 from Vienna to Beaumont, and the lucky finder of the spear was then instructed to take it to the California desert. Z explained that the spear belongs to the people now. A short history of the Knights Templar demonstrates that they were the warrior monks of the Middle Ages, protecting pilgrims, saving holy relics, and creating the world's first banking system. The poor fellow soldiers of Christ and the Temple of Solomon, also known as the Order of Solomon's Temple, the Knights Templar, or simply as Templars, was a Christian military order recognized in 1139 by Papal Bull Omne Datum Optimum of the Holy See. The order was founded in 1119 and active from about 1129 to 1312. The order, which was among the wealthiest and most powerful, became a favored charity throughout Christendom and grew rapidly in membership and power. They were prominent in Christian finance. Templar Knights, in their distinctive white mantles, with a red cross, were among the most skilled fighting units of the Crusades. Non-combatant members of the order managed a large economic infrastructure throughout Christendom, developing innovative financial techniques that were an early form of banking, and building fortifications across Europe and the Holy Land. The Templars were closely tied to the Crusades. When the Holy Land was lost, support for the order faded. Rumors about the Templars' secret initiation ceremony created distrust, and King Philip IV of France, deeply in debt to the order, took advantage of the situation to gain control over them. In 1307, he had many of the order's members in France arrested, tortured into giving false confessions, and burnt at the stake. Pope Clement V disbanded the order in 1312, under pressure from King Philip. The abrupt reduction in power of a significant group in European society gave rise to speculation and legend. Did the sudden demise of the Templars give rise to the powermongers we call the elites, or the deep state? Could Cicada 3301 be a modern version of the Templars, returned to fulfill their promise to protect the common man? The Knights Templar were adept at advanced mathematics, cryptography, history, military strategy, and alchemy. A vastly skilled group of brave men, they were sworn to defend travelers and pilgrims throughout Europe and the Middle East. On Friday the 13th of October 1307, Philip IV of France, in league with Pope Clement V, suddenly arrested and executed countless Templars, stealing their wealth, and then used their banking system to create the world of elite international finance, moneyed aristocracy, and greed we see today. Could Cicada 3301 be Crypto-Templars as Z suggests? Is the ancient and noble order of Knights Templar finally emerging to crush the elite's chokehold on us? Now that the Holy Lance appears to be in the hands of the people, is it about to change the world? Will the Vatican, or MI6, or CIA, or governments around the world make a last-ditch effort to secure the spear? Stay tuned for our next update on Cicada 3301 and the Knights Templar connection.